Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Haut-Beyleron. So, wow. Yesterday evening was busy. This morning's already been quite busy, and as you can see, the sheep keep escaping. The hen, but hey, they're having fun. It's fine. They're only little. So we've got a new trailer. I figured that the best thing to do was just to get as much potatoes harvested. I did manage to get it finished before the rain arrived, which was kind of cool. But also we now have, and I've hired the belt thing. I didn't see that it's not new, there's no choice. I just thought I'd go get it. Right, sadly enough, I'm not going to get all of that in there, am I? So fine. So let's get this started. Oh, great noise. It's a really good trailer. We can modify it into all sorts of different things, including a sort of bale trailer. So I've, I can't remember if I did this for the last video or not. I've sold the little blue low loader we were using. As you can see over there, there are things. Over there is a pallet of tomatoes and a pallet of strawberries, which appeared before I went to sleep last night while it was raining. It's also due to rain again in 6 hours. So I moved them out of the way so they didn't sit in the rain. Overnight, the greenhouses have been busy. So we've got what now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pallets of tomatoes. And yeah, a little way up from the next one. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more strawberries, pallets of strawberries, in addition to the one that I'd already put in the shed last night. These greenhouses are incredibly prolific, remarkably so. I filled up the water container and topped them up, but it still didn't quite have enough to fill up this one, so it's only got 2,200 litres left, but not to worry. I put the front loader forks on the tractor in anticipation. Let's kick this off. In other news, we also have eggs starting appearing. They look fantastic. That's so good. We also have crazy sheep. I keep trying to persuade them to stay in the pen, but they won't have it. Oh no, the wall's on this side. Stop it. Stop. No, it won't do it. Even with the dog being there, they just won't have it. I fed the dog already. We've got, what's that now? 47 litres of wool. I don't know how much we get on a pallet, how big one of these sort of bales is. I'm assuming that's maybe going to be 50 litres, but I don't know for sure. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's been busy. Oh yes, that was the other thing. And the sunflowers are ready. So, what's the weather forecast like? No, nothing wrong. Got to about 3, so we should be all right. Annoyingly enough, I got the wrong connector on this. I can get another one. I suppose you could just... yeah, I got the wrong connector on the trailer, but I can change it because I can't use it with the... I currently can't use it with the... Oh, grief. Little green tractor. Jeez. Z-Tour. Wow. Ooh. Actually, before I do this... Oh, well, too late. I've disconnected the trailer now. I'm just wondering, because those pallets you can manipulate by hand. I'm assuming these ones you can't. But let's just check. No. Okay. We'll both try. So yeah, so we're going to have an awful lot of pallety stuff to sell. But yeah, so suddenly in massive production. I did try and fill up the water barrel at the river here. No go, way too steep. So not be doing that again. Let's get that out of the way. And let's go put this somewhere. But yes, so lots and lots and lots going on. Oh yeah, and of course now the potato harvest is done, we also need to be thinking about ploughing out the field and getting it ready. Oh, which reminds me, so we're going to put grapes in there, at least to start with, or at least on, sorry, not grapes, olives, at least on part of it. So yeah, we can't put those in till March. Okay, fine. Just thought at least if I can get one trailer load done, of course, stupid enough, I picked the bigger trailer, which was a bit dumb, really. I love that you get the sound from the water coming out into the greenhouses. The leaves have further changed colour, which looks really, really good. Oops. All good. If I could pick up two. I think when I'm doing lots of front loader work, maybe auto change of direction would be a good idea. No. Oh well, it was worth a try. Actually, no, I could do though. Alright, chill. Stop it, will you? There we go. So yeah, it's it's going to be another busy day. Yeah, wish I had done these the other round, but there you go. But very impressed with the, well, he says messing it up. Oi, don't do that. Don't mess me about. I just said I was about to say how impressed I was with the new pallet physics. Way better. They are way better. They're a lot less sticky than they were. They really were not good in 19. Base game forks, basically, with pallets, no, not good at all. These are much better. So yeah, quite like that. I mean, that's it, to be honest. But yeah, I was thinking, because what I'm going to do here, I need to plough out the fields. So I'm going to get a spader, because I've never tried a spader before. So we're going to buy a spader, or actually might just lease one, to be fair. We'll see how we do. But but I also thought that means I could take on some ploughing contracts as well. I suppose if I lease it, then maybe I should buy it, actually, because if I lease it, that's going to start costing me a fortune in leasing costs. But yeah, so we'll see. Lovely jubbly. But and to be fair, I'm not sure I actually have to, that field, this first one here, the potato was the potato field. I don't think I have to plough it before I put the olives in, but I'm going to anyway, just because, it's done then. I probably don't also need to lime it and all sorts of things. But how big are these anyway? 1,000 litres. Oh my god, really? I'm going to have one per 1,000. Oh my goodness. That trailer over there that I put under the lee of the hayloft to keep it dry during the rain, that's 12,000 litres. This one is a 16,000 litre trailer. Was it full? I can't remember. Yes, it was full, because actually what I had to do before I returned the harvester was empty it into the belt here, into the palletizer. So yeah, it was definitely full. I need to get rid of that green patch. That was accidental. I do need, when I get a bit of time in daylight, when I'm not busy and I'm not recording, I do need to tidy up the bit of actually quite poor landscaping that I did. Painting, landscaping, you know what I mean. Right, let's go see, maybe that'll be enough at least to get it in the trailer. But this is going to be a bigger job than I thought, which is unfortunate. Oh, steady, steady, no bouncing, thank you. Stop it, behave, there we go. But yeah, regardless, generally much more forgiving. Let's actually let's try that. I suppose I could bring the Massey out actually and hook that up. Easier to change tractors all the time than that's not very neat, is it? Oh, nicely done. Right. So how about I get a few more of these out of the way, and then actually what we could do is go lease our harvester and get our sunflowers up, because that's best done while best done while the weather's decent, and we get that done, get the sunflowers sold, and yeah, I mean, you know what, there's no immediate rush to do the field work. Better that we start, you know, making sure we're keeping up with our harvests and our produce and everything else, because if I can't plant the olives until March, we've got time. We've got time. I do need to think about if I want to put some grass in one of the fields, but I might just do that actually if I figure out roughly how much of this top field I'll put to olives. Maybe I'll put grass on the rest of it for now. I certainly don't need any more greenhouses at this point in time, given the speed that they are producing. Produce. As I get this started. Yeah, that wasn't too much. Okay, fair enough. Right. Forklift or a skid steer would be great for doing this. It'd be a lot easier. There is actually a trailer you can get that's specifically designed for taking produce pallets from the greenhouses. Could do that. It's tempting. It's not a bad start. You know, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's 8. So that's 8,000 litres. So we're what? Just under a third of the way through, thereabouts. If I just nudge these out of the way, I can pick them up while the next one's unloading. There we go. And it means I won't keep catching on the thing. In fact, actually, I know it's messy, but that's not a bad idea. But yeah, on the whole, pallet forks way better than they were. Oh, this is much better. At the moment, I'm not in a rush to sell these, to be fair. Potato prices are not fantastic. They've dropped at GCHB and Le Jardin des Fermières. They've stabilised at Marathon, and they are higher at Marathon than they were, but I think still lower than we got last time, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong, actually. So each one of those pallets is worth 419 dollars. I forgot to change I keep forgetting to change when I switch between maps. Call it euros. Currency units, anyway. So yeah, so 419 per pallet. We've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4. We say we've got 6 over there, so that's 10. So I mean that is already 4,000. You know, that's 4,000. So we'd sold enough just about. In fact, with what we've got here, plus what we've already sold, actually covers all the machinery. So the harvester and the palletizer, which was only 2,200 and something. God, those sheep are going crazy. The chicken flapping about. So anything from here on is pure profit, right? Once we sold these, if we get them at that price. So that's pretty good. The interesting thing about getting them at that price means that we've got to get them onto the train. Now, we might be able to empty the pallets. Oops. Yeah, we might be able to empty the pallets into a silo, maybe, I don't know. But that would take a lot of manual work, mind you. The alternative anyway is going to be to load them manually onto the train. So actually, probably not a lot in it really. So yeah, not sure. Equally, I could just wait until the local prices come back up and then just go sell the pallets, you know. I'm going to leave that. There's quite a lot of potato pallets already. How about we go get a harvester and get on with our sunflowers just to break it up a little bit. And we'll do some more of this a bit later on. Right, okay. So, I leased the Rosselmash Nova 330. Always did like this combine, never really used it that much in 19. It was between this and the Deutz. Is it Deutz? Right. Yeah, the top liner. But we've got the top liner at on Elm Creek, and much as I love it, it's great. It's also quite a lot bigger. And actually, for what we're doing now, sunflowers, there's limited advantage because I don't think, although it's a much more powerful combine, I don't think we'd get away with a bigger header. What was also interesting, and so just to go through this a little bit, so I start by looking at the headers, right, and see what it was. And of corn headers, have we got any sunflower headers? Is that coming in the normal headers? Yeah, helianthus. Actually, you know, I never thought of that. Or we could have put that on the top liner. Oh well, too late. But yeah, so yeah, the corn headers. I don't know why I didn't look at sunflower headers. That was so silly. Anyway, too late. The next one up is this case one, which goes with a 370 odd horsepower combine. You know, you press the combinations button, it tells you what it's advised for. So I went with this one. Press the combinations button, it said the Rosselmash. I thought, well, in that case, may as well go for the slightly smaller, slightly cheaper combine. Didn't think about helianthus headers. And interestingly enough, it came with it suggested the Nardi N20T. Now normally, for such a small corn header, I wouldn't bother with the header trailer. But you know what? I just thought, actually, what the heck? Why not? Oh look, we've already got another tomato pallet. I think we've got another strawberry pallet too, actually. Oh, too close to the pen. What am I doing? I have put auto reverse back on, which actually is starting to confuse me already, so I might regret it. But I think for doing the front loader work, it'll be a lot easier. I've made a right hash of stacking those pallets in that barn. Right. Yeah, helianthus header would have been a good idea. It's fine. Let's just get a worker on it. I put times down to ×3 because I realised what time it was. So I think actually for the sort of manual stuff that I've been doing, I spent quite a bit after I stopped recording on doing that. So ooh, leaves long stalks, nice. So I might want to what's it called? Actually, I was looking at it earlier. Mulcher. I'm going to get a mulcher. Mulch the stubble. Because yeah, that holds that a lot higher than it used to on 19. Oh, that's really interesting. Really interesting. Is that maybe because it's sunflowers and not corn? I suppose it might be. Very interesting. Just have a sip of water. So you know, this field's not limed, so we also need to lime the fields as well. Next field is our soybean. That's gone through a growth stage, so I'm expecting that to be ready tomorrow. Cars are a bit lunatic around here. I was driving the Zetor back from the store yesterday, rather on its own, a bit sad. It was also raining, which got me very wet. I got bumped in the back by a car driving behind me, really rammed into me. Tell you what, proper frightened the life out of me, but I think he found pretty quickly that you don't run into the back of a big old tractor, because he stopped. Clearly wasn't a good plan. So these next two fields, that one's got sugar beet, that one's got cotton. Quite honestly, neither of which am I particularly interested in having. So I am denied about buying those fields, not to mention the fact they're actually really expensive. They are very pricey. So I'm going to leave those for now, but I think ultimately I'll want to get those fields as well. So we buy this whole patch, which would be quite nice, and then we can look at where else. Put that down there. What's that building? Yeah, and then we can look at what else we might want to buy elsewhere around the map. But I think it'd be nice to have these as sort of home farm base. But yeah, not right now. Maybe next year. Oops. I suppose maybe we'll get the contracts to harvest them. That could be worth doing. Depending on when they're ready and how busy we are. So let's do a good headland all the way around so that we're not a lot of action on the honey front. So as I mentioned at the end of yesterday's episode, might want to think about maybe whether we move that, we sell that hive, move the honey spawn point elsewhere, because it's also in a bit of a funny position, and that sheep is having a great time. Look at him, that's hilarious. And then yeah, maybe we'll sell that hive and put a bigger one somewhere else, and maybe put a couple down amongst all of these fields, so they're sort of pre-positioned for whenever I have something that will get a boost of growth as a result of being near a hive. So that's 30% at 14,000 litres. No, 1,473 litres. Okay, that makes more sense. So it's about 5,000 litre tank. I'm going around once more again, just conscious of the fact that there's not an awful lot of turning space around these fields. So may as well go around again. By which time we won't be too far off being full. So what are our prices like for sunflowers? Oof, Marison, look at that. Wow. Ooh, let's hope that stays. Because I mean already we've got nearly 3,500 euros worth. I changed the units back again, correct to the region. I can't believe I was really annoyed with me that I didn't think about getting Halianthus header. Oh well, never mind. Had a look in the sale. Nothing really of interest. In fact, the only thing in the sale at the moment in used is a sugar beet topper, which is not a lot of use to anybody really, unless you're wanting to top your sugar beet. That's the only thing in sale. Good effort. Liking this. Sorry, that new trailer will do us actually for this as well, which is quite good. Right, so I'm going to finish going round. Just got to keep moving through our jobs. I'll finish going round again, finish off this, and then I'll get a worker on it. Maybe We'll come back, we'll empty at some point, and then we'll get a worker on it. And then maybe we'll go find ourselves a spader. And we could start doing that. Because, you know, this field will need doing as well as soon as it's harvested. So, you know. Right, here we go, first unload. So I went around once more and then just set a worker off, and that's pretty much it. It was well over 80% full when I started the worker off. So we'll stop a minute. There we go. Let them unload. Which didn't seem to be happening with the potato harvester, but clearly with the combine. Yep, he's waiting nicely while he unloads. Slight graphical glitch there. Looks like that's a bit weird. Yep, definitely a graphics glitch. Very odd. There we go. First 4,726. So yeah, good couple of grand's worth there. Nice. Good. Okay, yeah, let's clear up some pallets. Look, because the tomatoes are already full again. How much water we got? Okay, it's all right actually, but I will need to fill it up. Make sure I fill it up today. But then it looks like it'll be all right for a few days. I do love being able to do these by hand. It's so good. Only 6 litres in the thing at the moment, so it'll be a while before the next crate appears, which is no bad thing. There we go. Lovely. All right, chickens. They're in a real good time in there. Right, and then same with the strawberries, which by now will be crazy. Oh, actually, no, I was going to say, I guarantee there'll be another one ready to come out, but actually, no, maybe not. Oops. It's better. They manipulate reasonably easily. That could be a little bit, but there we go. Reasonably easily, not too bad. In fact, actually, this one I'm going to do super strong, and we're going to pick it up from this end. That's a lot of strawberries. It's great detail in these. I'm really impressed. So I think we'll do some greenhouses on Elm Creek as well. I think they're great fun. I think we'll do. We won't do strawberries. The reason I've done strawberries on here is because I'm hoping to be able to get the production line going. Because I've got that little bit more money to play with. It'll be easier to get started on something like that. Whereas the tomatoes and lettuces you just sell, there's no production. So I think so I've got tomatoes and strawberries on here. Lettuces aren't quite as prolific. But wow, I mean, that's nuts, isn't it? In fact, I might bring over the ones that we got in the shed. But yeah, so I might do lettuces and tomatoes in Elm Creek, I think. But actually, by the time this comes out, I might have already done that. I'm actually recording slightly out of order. I kind of alternate, but I ended up finishing, getting myself up to speed on here. And thought, you know what, might as well just carry on. I was really looking forward to this. I mean, that's just nuts, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Good grief. It's 13 pallets. And how many of these are slightly they're not as tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 9. So we've got 10 pallets of tomatoes. Absolutely mental. Excellent. Good. Well worth doing. Good to sell these actually, as soon as we can make our trailer into a flatbed. I should have kept the other one really. I don't know why I just didn't go on. Might as well just have both for now. But I have to say, I knew these would do well. I hadn't expected them to do this well, this fast. I mean, I've had strawberry patches and tomato greenhouses, and it's not wrong. You can be pretty productive. There we go. Nice. Right, how's our friend over here doing? We better go get the spader actually, because we're nearly at the end of today's episode. Right, where am I looking? Oh, spaders, here we go. So the Farmax KRG 250, the DRP 300, perfect. And the Farmax Rapide 450 trailed. 7.5 tons, 4.5 meters wide. 200 horsepower needs. Now our tractor's 225. I wonder if on that's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that. I wonder if on those hills, if it's going to struggle. But equally, why do I want to be good? Because actually, you know, obviously it means that, and it's not silly expensive. I suppose that is. I suppose it's only an extra 15.5 grand. Wow, it's a lot heavier though. Does that matter? It's a pretty cool thing, isn't it? Jeez. Same design inside, yeah, these sort of off kilter. Interesting. It's an extra. It's 50% wider again. You know what? It's worth it, isn't it? And then I can do contracts with it. I was going to lease it, but let's buy it. Sod it. Why not? I've also because I had narrows on the Massey. I haven't upgraded the engine. We could always do that if we feel we need to, but I'd rather not right now. I've put Mitas extra wide with rear weight. Look at that. So they're beastie tyres. They are huge. But you know what? They'll be better for weight distribution. So given what we're about to do, I thought they were ideal. Now, I suppose the only question is, did we need a front weight? Oops, sorry, because you know what we might do. Oh no, so it runs on its tyres, does it? Oh, that's cool, look at that. Oh, nice. Still, it's quite wide. Let's get the old beacons on, put some lights on. Let's get back to the field. I emptied the harvester again. It wasn't, I don't think it was even 50% full, but I figured it was worth it just to keep him ticking along. He won't be long now, I don't think. We'll keep the harvester, obviously. We've got the soybeans to do tomorrow. May as well. And you know what? I'm not even going to go in the road. Let's start at the bottom. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do a couple of minutes of this just because I wanted to get it started. We'll do some more in the next episode while we're keeping on top of other things going on. Let's do some contracting. I've done any contracting for a little while, so we'll do some contracting. We'll sell some produce, all that kind of jazz, right? Let's start off just doing a headland at the bottom here. As you can see, the weeds have already taken over. So this should give us the effect of ploughing. Yeah, already quite badly weeded, definitely needs ploughing. Doesn't need lime. Okay, interesting. Don't we need these on technically? Right, it's in the ground. I don't think we need. Oh, we do need to switch it on. Ooh. I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Oh, I was about to say we might get stones, and look, we have stones, so we're going to need a stone remove up. We don't have one, right? No. So really good texture. If you get really close to it, it looks a little bit flatter. If you're just above, that looks really, it's a really good effect. Really good effect. It's not fast, is it? But then ploughing never is. Ploughing's never a quick thing. Ripper's a thing for that, but I thought I'd, you know, we've got one of those already on Elm Creek, so I thought I'd, you know, that's why I thought we'd use the spader on here. Plus, we have a more powerful tractor, so you know what? And I've kind of gone for the biggest one straight away, but yeah, it's fine. So it copes on the hill. Is it me, or is it? Looks like crop destruction actually also acts on weeds now. So the fact I've got big chunky tyres means they're actually damaging the weeds as I drive over them. That's new, but as it should be. Trying to get a good. Aha, that's cool. So I'm just concentrating a little bit. Is that our dog over there? What's he doing over there? Just exploring the field. Maybe he's thinking that that's where I am. He's been very good, actually, you know, considering there's now sheep running around loose in the yard and chickens in a pen not far from his doghouse. He's actually been very well behaved. Very sensible dog. Well done. So might get there's a slightly bigger rock remover than the one that we've got on Elm Creek, so maybe we'll get that next. Right, so I'll go down this edge, do a couple more top and bottom, and then that, you know, can be a worker job, or I can do a bit more. You know, we can just see what else needs doing, can't we? Yeah, rocks next. I'll look into whether or not I should get a, mulcher, because it says mulch can be used to crush the crop stubbles, and of course, you know, corn has quite long, sunflowers rather have quite long, quite hard stubbles, so I wonder if it's worth using a mulcher. I'll do a bit of digging, see what I can find out. Maybe we'll do that. But, well, it's rapidly coming up on lunchtime. It's been a very busy day, but it looks like the sunflowers are nearly done. Workers doing a grand job, so go empty the combine again shortly. I'll get a little bit more of this done, but we'll probably leave worker doing some of this in the next episode, and maybe we'll look at hopefully sell that sunflower anyway, but also look to see if we can start to sell some of our fresh tomatoes and strawberries, our fresh produce from our sort of, you know, market garden type affair that we've seemed to have started. And then we'll figure out what to do with those potatoes. I might leave the potatoes, maybe we'll have a look. I expect that over the winter might be a better time to do it. Anyway, might be a better price predicted. And it's also a job to do. Well, we may not be able to do much else. I don't know if we'll get similar sort of, you know, you can't work the soil because it's frozen kind of stuff as we're used to in seasons on 19. So we'll have to see what effect the weather and soil temperature will have on whether or not we can do much over the winter. But if not, there's bound to be some things we can be getting on with. But yeah, so I'll do a tiny little bit more of this, and yeah, in the afternoon we'll sell some stuff and carry on and keep going, seeing what jobs need doing. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. If you haven't hit the notification bell, please do. That would be awesome. Really appreciate you guys coming and watching. And but no matter what you do, please do take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.